it's me. Hey y'all, you seeing me and you're following FIP, YT, YMCMB, AMG, DDG, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, because it's Manjuzu story time. It's been a minute since you got those, yeah? So I just thought, how about Tango Sachi Madariro, just for the sake of. And it's also time for you to do your facials. Do not forget to get your peel masks on, okay, and get your skin done. In case you're wondering what I'm using the Tonian pomegranate Eco Clicks 25.99. This one revitalizes and tightens your pores, so you just take what's in line with whatever your pores and your skin type is, okay? Yeah, while you're at it, subscribe to my YouTube channel Tanata Marimira. If you've subscribed, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Keep subscribing. And if you need someone to call me for all your wig supplies, okay? The Bougie Blends, save my number, +27 67 68 31 637. When up a catalog pango and see what I have in store. So if you ever need a wig, if you ever want to slay, get in touch with me, the Bougie Blends girl, okay? Now that we got all that out of the way, let's dive straight into it. Let's get it. Munuedu Tishamutitani. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna have to keep using my name because I'm running out of names and I can't keep taking new names. So Munedana Sitchamti Tanisha, right? Let's just call it Tanisha. Tanisha Antaroti. Listen, I had just finished varsity. So this was some time when she was 23 years old. And at 23 years old, let's say I got up Chi-Town, right? Because Chi-Town is too broad. We're not gonna say the exact location. I got up Chi-Town. Achigaro Chitan Kudaro. She had PA wake, like, you know, munoningo kenza nae we marain kana Bridget and ani chichunongozi ana peshiwe uningo na uchi marain. So peshiwe we marain we anga same age na yanga kapizo university. But the thing though about Peshi is Peshi jinjakisha make a sense. You know, she was getting cars, she was going to work, things were just making sense. But things for Tanisha were just not making sense. And it got to a point where mama ganga kumti impopota chisara na peshu mbonzoti peshi mari yake kona kuparuki tanizve kana rufana kubatira obasa ona obasa pabasa pake, because it so make sense when you know that type of thing. You know how moms be like, excuse me. So Tanisha was like, okay, cool again, they say. So, you know, obviously, when you're trying to get something out of someone, you don't just start by saying, that's just the wrong way of going around with things. You just start by being nice, hey, and then eventually you ask. So that was the stage she was at with Peshi. She was just like, hey, Peshi, so I don't want to say, you know, here and they checking on her. And then she was like, okay, I think it's now time for me to ask Peshi for a favor. She tells Peshi uti Peshi shaka onaka life yangu right now zvangu dhakwa unoziya ndakapedza university, but you know zvangu dhakwa ndibatsiro sawire. And Peshi was like, listen, kana basa kwedu kwani ma openings are what, I will definitely keep in touch with you and I will put your name forward. And she was like, okay, cool. So time and time again she would always check kuti Peshi alpha mabasa, you know how it goes. And Peshi would be like, listen, aksat kwani chino, you know how it goes. So akashika pakuneta mskana because anga kungoita impatient. So at some point she was like, Peshi ndombroti panopita mtown ndiende newe pane zvandokuda mtown, and then ari mtown achikanda ma CV, you know how it goes. So eventually akatozongona tongoti basa racho rikutonetsa, even rekuchikenini racho raiteta se raitonetsa. And then she was just like, you know what, regantomera say, let me just try to calm down for now. Sorry, I'm just trying to see kuti zvanyatso stick everywhere. You know, these masks, they have to dry everywhere, so I need to make sure. Okay, I need to do this so that uno momento, I'm just gonna fix my hair. Thank you. Anyway, girl starts sending out CVs and things are just not making sense, right? So, you know, it just so happened kuti there was a time you know what, no stalker patient she went to a professional page. And then she found out where she's working and she found out the address of the company. She goes kunochagabasa and she couldn't find something. So Pesho Batu Zongomana got she's like, oh no, Danda is a chagabasa and Pesho's like, oh no, be patient. Kanabasara, I will do what? I will let you know. And then she's like, okay, cool. So you know how it goes uti muri kutsvaka mabasa unozongotanga ungolinkona ngono anenge achitsvaka anenge achitsvaka mabasa, and then munozongotanga ngoirana, then ubatangoirana nemwe musikana. So musikana yetu chamti Bridget handiti chamti Biri. So akutangoirana Biri paya Biri ari kutsvaka basa, you know, michingosenda noti ngati apply kwakati. So now it just so happened kuti there was this other time yakanzi na Bridget, you know what, koma kedu kune kitchen party you're one of my big sisters. If you want, you can come. I think it would be a great way for you. Could you just say, uite distress, you know how it goes, kana uchitsvaga basa. And then Tanisha over tongo, no, it's fine. Do you know yachi? Ku kitchen party, because it's not like ndine zvekuita. So we go kitchen party. That's when one of the sisters' friends was there. Achiluka nice, anga neka cute baby bands kake chitora it's got really on point. And then they were just asking her, sisi, akuna basa rekuma basa kwenyu chichi. And then the lady over atoti no zvaizvezvi hakuna mabasa chichichi. So antaroti, but that lady akati no ndipechi manumbers enyu, I will definitely keep what I will definitely keep in touch with you. Ndovati ndipe manumbers enyu, I will definitely what keep in touch with you, and you know how it goes. So zvakazoitika ndezvekuti this lady akazovatsvaga a week after the kitchen party achitoti hey muri sei, ndimi ndanzwa kuti muri kuperekedzwa muchato chichichi. So anzi tata kutotara naye mbembo yaya achitotibatsira mukadzi iyoyo kuti ase kutsvaga mabasa. And then eventually she was like, but vane mimi nekunaka kwamakaita, I don't know why muri kunetsikana nemari. Zvikanzi mabasa acho ari kunetsa. Zvikanzi no, I know somewhere I can take you, kwekuti chi munonobatsirwa and zvinhu zvenyu zvotanga kufamba. She's a lady anotobatsira, you know, the prophetess, right? Kwa prophetess, I'll take you kwa prophetess. Then they went kwa prophetess somewhere there in Chitugiza. Ndobva vaenda kwani kwa prophetess. Kwa prophetess keke ndobva vaudzwa kuti no, we need to make your stars shine so that zvinhu zvinotanga kufamba chichichichichi. And then they're like, oh, okay, so how do we make sure that our stars shine? And then the lady said, well, I need $100. Mauyani $100, I need you to each to give me zvinhu zvamunopfeka, like my top senyu or something intimate. I need something that belongs to you so that we can what? We can activate your stars so that they can start working in your favor and not against you. And so that you will find also favor in the eyes of men. You know how it goes. Okay, cool. And then Maria and vatatobatanza vatatoenda. And you know that lady was the one who actually helped us. Nikuwa na Maria yekuti tiende koko vataienda vatatopa mukadzi that money, and then you know zvakutanga kuita vatatopa mukadzi that money, and then vatampa mabelongings edu kuti atibatsira kuti titange tachi the process, right? Imagine one if skin inenge chiglow like so, child, glass skin. Anyway, child, ndobva waningirikina ndobva vaenda kuna mai vabva vabatsirwa. And then a couple of days later they started applying mabasa zvichingoramba and then they're like, you know what, maybe with time shafamba. Patambopera nguva, that's when they started getting called left, right and center. Yeah, kuma interviews. And then you know they're getting more money. And then they just got to a point yekuti no, you know what, ngatisettle kwakati mumwe nemwe wabva atanga kushanda kwake. So you know with time peshu iya yamanje ubva azodzokawo. You know how it goes, statement rero kuti mari inodaidza imwe mari, handi munoriziya. Peshu iya yabva azotanga kuswedera mudhuze namavo. And then this other time ndobva you know what, we need to go kunoona our sister vachira mukadzi akavabatsira. And then peshu obva atoti okay zvikanzi, you know todaenda out, so if you want you can come out with us. And then she was like, okay, cool. Vachitosvika ku outing QK, that's when peshu said, oh my gosh, where do you know this lady from? And so no, friend sister ya Biri chichi ndiyakatibatsira. Zvikanzi naBiri kochi, zvikanzi ndomuziya, like she's from our church. Zvikanzi church, zvikanzi tenda chechi kwa prophetess ningi. Zvikanzi ichechi reya, zvikanzi yeah. So hanzi peshu yatomhoresana nasisi veve vakutotanga kutotaranya and stuff like that. So with time peshu was now into them zvekutodaro, like mumasikos zvekutodaro. And that's when Peshi started suggesting kuti ngatiende out, ngatiso. So she figured kuti pese patienda out na Peshi zvinhu zvake zvichingomeka sense. Men are coming vachikanda mabottles, vachititengera mabottles, men are coming you know, things are just happening when you are with Peshi. It seems like men are attracted to Peshi. She's like a men magnet, and not just men, like rich men. So that's when we asked her kuti Iwi, just help us, how do you do what you do? So after a couple of days, Siswa Biri was like, you know what, I don't really trust this girl. I'm not really sure Tanisha, but I've heard kuti antasha Manjuzu. Shkanzi nana Tanisha antasha Manjuzu. Shkanzi anita Manjuzu, because there's this other crew remu Glenview chichi rinoti zvonto anogara ariko kwachenda kuRwizi samwe ikoko kukarukova chinoita zvemanjuzu chi neteam rekoko. They even travel like kuma waterfalls akasiyana emuno muMharare, even ku like kunana Mutare, they travel vachienda kumapopo vachinoita zvemanjuzu. So hanzi ndobva ndati zvino manje tomubvunza sei, hazvibvunziko nayo noita zvemanjuzu. So we're just like you know what, inini nasawira wangu bvataita sei, bvatatanga kufamba naBiri. Hanzi naBiri takutanga kufamba peshu iya takuita sei, takumuswededza kore boss tata tunototi ngatisiyane naye, anogona ari kutishandisa chi achita zvake zvemanjuzu zvezvi. Ndobva tatanga kuenda kunotsvaga chi manjuzu. So at this point they were now looking for manjuzu. Tinai tokuda vanhu vanotibatsira ita chi zvemanjuzu we really need help. So mukufamba machiti we need help toda vanhu vanotibatsira ita zvemanjuzu. Vakasa nemukadzi ainzi aitengesa zvinhu zvechivanhu vachonzvo ndinokwanisa ita sei, ndokwanisa kutsvagira mina ndita sei anoba. So ndobva vapiwa nhamba nethis lady aiti anoita zvechivanhu chichichi, ndobva vapa nhamba zvikanzi batembe havanonyatsobatsira nyaya dzenjuzu. So ndobva vaenda, ndobva saka hanzi patakasvika that lady was now speaking in English. Angatori an old lady but she was speaking in English. She was like, hi, do you need help? I see you really need manjuzu. Tell me about your background, what do, and stuff like that. And now we're speaking in English. So, sometimes when you're speaking, even when you're speaking in English, you can be like, oh yeah, so, and then she can say, no, make sure you don't use Shona, because mermaids are not Shona, so they need to feel that you are one with them. That's how you make money. You're not supposed to be using Shona. You're not supposed to be acting like a moboy and stuff like that. And I talk to Tarana Gogo and Ichirungo, and Gogo is like, okay, so I need you to give me $300. Each one of you give me $300, and I need you to get nice satin clothes, and make sure you get them like silky satin clothes, and that type of thing. And then the vatanotenga machira arikudiwa, mawaina arikudiwa, akatengeswa like mawaina antodhura, not like mamwe tikatengeswa mawaina anodhura, tikatengeswa zvinhu zvakawanda, mabiscuits, tikatengeswa machocolate coated biscuits. Like she was very specific about what she wants, but soro. And she was like, okay, I need my cranberry juice as well, my grape ties, I need them as well. Tatenga zvinhu zvese tatangaenda kwagogo yave tatanga kushandirwa. And we're just always speaking in English. So there was this other time gogo yave vakati, let's go Waterfalls. So kumafalls Waterfalls, right? Hanzi tena mafalls Waterfalls keke pane mapostora aitita zvaaita. And gogo was like, mirai mapostora tanga apedza, and then gogo vati mira tanga ndapinda mvura ndise mukaka, so that kusiza kuitira kuti like tibvise mweya wasiwa nemapostori tigadzirise zvinhu zvedu kuchenura, sound like that. So hanzi that lady patangisa mukaka meme achitaura nechirungu chichichi. And then time yekunyudzwa pepe ndobva ndoita zvoti ndobva zvezvoti like kuvhunduka mvura obva oita kuti because like our natural reaction is like ma uchichema or something. So she was just like and then that lady vati urusataura in Shona, why are you speaking in Shona? Zvikanzi gogo, I'm so sorry, but gogo anga wataurawo neshona. And then she's like, gogo, you're also using Shona. She goes, no, don't do that. Hey, you're chasing away the memes, why would you do that? Stop speaking in Shona. So hanzi tatakatoti tatiri nevamwe vasikana 12 wanga watoroka pe. And then she was like, guys, I can't keep telling you enough, I can't really emphasize on this, but like stop speaking in Shona. If you really want money and these memes you want to channel them, make sure you don't use Shona chichichichi. And then we just like, okay, cool, go, and then ndobva watobatsirwa pepe nagogo. And then ndobva vaenda within a couple of days vanga vakutongoona kunge like zvinhu zvirongochinja. Hanzi tatongoona tichingoita mutongo aswa out tinaruma nemari and stuff like that chichichi. And peshe at that point hanzi angatongodrifta from us, I don't know, maybe ani chaisense or something. And hapana kutozomboita nguva 2 months later vatodzingwa basa vasikana vese mabasa akasiyana vatodzingwa basa. Now akuenda gogo zvikanzi so now your stars are starting to work, and because your stars are starting to work, the former world is rejecting you because new things are coming your way, so you need to come stage kwandogara. So now they had to tell their parents kuti takushiya flat chichi, so takumova avesi tokuenda kunogara kumba kwagogo. Hanzi tagara pamba pagogo tatatown like maid servants ipapo tichitobatsira gogo like kuita zvinhu, kubatsira vanhu kuita sei tichitogara pamba pagogo. So antaura kuti there was this other time takasvika gogo, she didn't know kuti we were around. Takasvika gogo vari mumba achitotaura chichita utu twakapusa kuti don't worry, mari tinowana chichichichichi. So hanzi ndobva takaziva kuti gogo is a what? Gogo is a scammer. Ndobva tataudza tikati no gogo, why would you do that chichichichi. So hanzi takangoita zvezvo ngoti gogo zvatokidza zviri legit here, hatinomboabvunza zviri direct zvimwe zvezve. Gogo akati if you're doubting me munokwanisa ita sei, munokwanisa kuenda apa isusu kumba vabereki tavaudzwa kuti taugara tiri. And now takufunga kuti saka tiita sei. And then they left kumba kwagogo eventually. Hanzi takazongoti gogo tiri kudzoka, and then that's how we left. Vachazongenaona Peshi direct, tikati Peshi shaka we really need help. Peshi obva tendeswa Manjuzu kwake manje. So kwaprofetisi veve apparent lands prophetess endo vaitisa Manjuzu, but vaitisa Manjuzu kuchibridge chekunyani cheshe ichocho. But zvaitwa pakati peusiku vataitiswa nagogo, and gogo was like, hey, you need to make sacrifices chichichichi. And we realized the sacrifices were just too much for us, and we said no, we are not going to proceed. That's when we realized kuti she was doing Manjuzu achishandisa chibereko chake. So she used chibereko chake so that she can join Manjuzu and attract men with money and never ever give birth. So she swore and vowed to never ever give birth. that was a sacrifice, and they realized they can't sacrifice like that. So they came up front to their families. They went kuno kuno cleans where of all these iniquities, like everything they were doing right, nana gogo and nana prophetess, and that's when they got help, and that's when they figured kuti Manjuzu is not always the answer, right? So that is the story. Kuna newe kuti munenge mchipapresha munzwa ninganda zvimanjuzu mamatrege ndiendooneta zvimanjuzu and stuff like that zvinozopinza imot. So I'm only happy kuti nyaya did not turn for the worst zvekutodaro, but she says pategara kwagogo taitiswa zvese it got to a point yekuti vaichekeswa like zvinhu zvevanhu ukoko, like mutilation, right? Yeah, vaitiswa mutilation, and it was just awful. Some of the things she said were just awful. I think I'll share most of the stuff live, because like if it's a story time, I don't think I'm gonna share some of the stuff. Okay, yeah, so that's our story time, Yanasi. That's our Manjuzu story time. Just be safe, be careful, and it for you envy out there. Most of the people we envy are not even worth it, because the things they go through to have the things is not even worth it. I just thought y'all should know. But anyway, I just hope y'all enjoy your weekend. Take care, be good, be sweet, be safe. Do not forget to keep calling me for wigs. Payday sale coming up. So yeah, keep in contact with me and buy your wigs from me. Otherwise, I love you guys. Bye-bye. Mwah. It's time for me to rinse off all this and get my skin glowing for the weekend. Bye-bye.